What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today is a game called REFLEC BEAT groovin, and the song is called envidia. These are part of the BEMANI games, and that is going to be shortly followed up by a live version from BEMANI Rock Fest 16. That is from the channel Dancer Zone, and the first one's from Karazuki. Okay, let's get into it. I heard BEMANI not too long ago. I forgot what game it was, but it was super sick. It's these are games centered around music, so I'm excited. This is the long version of envidia, not the graphics card. Okay, let's go. I don't know the artist. Well, that has my attention already. Fingerstyle nylon guitar. That's my jam. And the beat's about to kick in 3, 2, 1. Oh, the bass, I love it. This is perfect timing because the mood of music I've been listening to lately has been very close to this. Similar, I should say. Actually, really good timing. Got the claps. What is that? Oh man, that's so sick. I can't wait to see the live version. Accordion? Dun, 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 dun. Dude, the bass is nuts. This reminds me of a lot of things. At least 3 different things in the one. Guitar is just carrying the song hard, though. He's doing a lot. I like right here it turns into like kind of like a JRPG sound. It's interesting. It goes from like sounding very Spaniard to sounding kind of Greek. Like right here, this whole thing sounds kind of Greek to me. Mediterranean. I have a feeling, and then it's gonna go back to the nylon. It's all centered around it. Sounds kind of French too. I guess you could just classify this as world music. I'm going to jump into the next one. I'll briefly say that was amazing, and it reminded me of so many joyous things that I fancy quite often. My only question is, I'm pretty sure actually I have no idea, to be honest, if it's like 50-50 on songs that are original to these games or if they're remixed. There's an artist here, but it's Japanese, so I can't read it. Fantastic, though. Great. This one, I gotta see when it ends. I should see that. Actually, give me a second. It ends at... Okay. This is from a... from a 4.5 hour live set. Damn. If you're a fan of BEMANI music, then I guess this is the concert to watch. But it's only like 2 minutes here, so let me just enjoy the show. This is Dancer Zone. The channel is Dancer Zone. envidia.
劇団くん準備大丈夫ですか？いきますか？やっと猫又劇団の曲いきましょうか。この3人で。じゃあ曲の紹介を劇団くんからお願いします。
じゃあ行きましょう。猫又劇団でエンビディア。
Guy looks like a rock star. Oh, he's playing on an acoustic guitar. That's different. Yeah, the original was nylon. Here it's steel string. Similar vibe, but different. Outfit though, damn. I like those guitars. Tech meeting. I used to want one back in the day. The brand. Not that one, but the brand. They make some good stuff in like the $700 range. God, a 4.5 hour set list. Oh, so the accordion was a keyboard in this case. Wait, show the other guy. Show the guy who's ripping up the solo. Damn, poor guy just... That guy right there in the darkness. Is he not as important? Okay, they're treating him more like a backup guitar player. The other guy actually sounded like he was on nylon, like the actual instrument. Whatever, it's still cool. Yeah, shout out to the guy in the black shirt on the right side next to the bongos. Damn, they just straight up... Oh, I went way too far back. Damn, they just straight like ignore that dude. It's crazy. See if I can give him some love myself. Nah, whatever. 4.5 hour set. My gosh. You know, it kind of makes you wonder just how popular these games actually are, especially in Japan, where video game culture is so like ingrained over there. To the point where I think I can't even imagine it being like, you know how over here, at least in the West, or at least in the United States, because there's so many haters on anything. But you know how like there's definitely people that cringe at the idea of video games, or like say like even a dating preference, you got to be into video games, stuff like that, right? I don't even think that's a thing over there. I mean, I'm sure there is, but it seems like it's just part of the culture to just, you know, embrace that media over there. So that's probably why there's a 4.5 hour concert with a loaded venue and glow sticks celebrating this stuff. That's awesome. I don't know. There's just something really, really, really nice about that. I'm going to talk about the song as a whole, because the live version was kind of like, I don't know. It was fun to watch, but it was odd. Some of the choices, you know, like making the thing that made the original cool. I'm not trying to like nitpick on this one, but what made it cool was the whole Spanish flair, which was a nylon fingerstyle flamenco style. It ceases to be that once this kind of guitar comes in, because these are like strummers, you know, like what he's doing now, like this. That's how these guitars are played, just like that. He's playing with a pick. I mean, obviously it's different. It's a live environment. Maybe, you know, it's easier to play, and it doesn't want to switch a lot of guitars around. I don't know. But it sounded like the other guy was like playing the more faithful thing. But to the original song, that was fantastic. Like that was actually really, 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 really good. It did have a lot of influences, which I guess I can just consider like world music, which is just a combination of the world's genres. There was definitely some French sounding stuff in there, the Mediterranean stuff, the Spanish stuff for sure. But the highlights to me overall with the whole song were three things that came to mind. Just the other, like a week ago or two, I heard a Mario Kart World song called oh god, was it Underground? I don't know. The latest Mario Kart World video I did. And the second song in that video was one of the best songs I've ever heard on the channel, and definitely the best song, or second best song from Mario that I've heard. And it had this flamenco kind of style with it, but it was like this hybrid of jazz. And that reminded me of a group called Rodrigo y Gabriela, who, it's really cool. By the way, I just say this from the bottom of my heart. Whenever I give like a recommendation to a band or a video or something, and then I see people actually go to those things and like support them, that means like the world to me. You know, it's something so small, but it's been happening for years now. And like I'll go click on that video, and they'll be like, "Thanks, Jesse, for sending me here." And I'll be like, "Oh man, like that's awesome," you know. So, and that reminded me of them, because I haven't heard of them in a while actually. And then lately, this whole past like since that video, I've been listening to them again and listening to their albums, and I'm learning one of their songs now too. So I'm really in that mood of the nylon again. So I'll give you an example if you like this kind of stuff. I'll name off one. If you like something close to this, you can listen to Diablo Rojo. It's the second song on their self-titled, the one with the big reptile eye. And then this also reminded me of one of my favorite reactions early on in the channel, where I heard of a game called Romancing Saga, and the song is called Passionate Rhythm. I still remember that day like it happened yesterday. It was the first time, I think, flamenco was featured on the channel. And it was like, whoa. It was either that or Ace Combat Zero, one of those two. But either way, it was just like, oh my gosh, this exists in video games. This is amazing. And then recently, like maybe a year or so ago, Square Enix uploaded like a live version of that song too. Passionate Rhythm is one of the best songs in video games and one of my favorite reactions. And then another reaction that it reminded me of was when I returned back to Castlevania to do Wandering Ghost. I don't know the name of it, but I'm sure if you just type in my name in Wandering Ghost, it'll be like this. There's only 2 results. That second one was like a Spanish version of Wandering Ghost, and it was amazing. And this all reminded me of all that. So awesome. Also, by the way, BEMANI, Konami, Castlevania. It all makes sense. Although Romancing Saga, I'm pretty sure Square. Yeah, also, I don't want to look it up. Maybe you guys can tell me, but what does envidia actually mean? Is that a word? I've never actually seen that before. Envidia? It's not a Spanish word, not that I can think of. You know what, let's just look it up. Maybe that's where the GPU company got inspired from. As far as I know, that's not a word that I know. Envy? Oh, envidia. That's funny. See, one thing that's bad about envy. So one thing that's bad about like speaking this second language for so long. A lot of people don't know this, but Spanish is my first language. I had to learn English when I was like 5 years old, and I've been pretty much speaking it since then. I only really speak it to my parents. Nowadays, my Spanish is kind of broken, and I get by. I can fully understand it. I can survive, like if I was stranded in Mexico or something. But I could survive. But it's definitely not as fluent as before. But the one thing about speaking English for so long and reading English and basically, you know, being like that is, I think in English. You know what I mean? I think in English. I process it, decipher it, break it down into this sort of, you know, this lexicon. So I don't see like envidia, envy. I'm thinking like NVIDIA graphics card like an idiot. So this channel keeps me humble, but awesome. Those are both great. It's always nice to see live music on the channel too, even though I prefer the original. It's still always really, really cool to see this. This is really rare. You know, if I made a playlist of any time there was live stuff on this channel, it'd be like less than 10, maybe less than 5. It's not many. I could probably name them all right now. That one, Bravely Default, Persona, maybe Final Fantasy, Distant Worlds, but I think, no, yeah, that counts. It's 4. I can't think of another one. It's not many. It's not many. Not at all. Damn, there's one I can't think of it either. Damn it. Awesome, though. Go check out the song, especially Passionate Rhythm. I think you'll really like it. Here, I'll even show you the video of what to search for just that live one. You know, Square has like their own music channel. Yeah, Square Enix music channel. Oh, they have a whole... Whoa, I don't know that. Shit. They have a live orchestral arrangement from 2022. I didn't even know that. I was talking about this one right here. 7 months ago. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song. You see 2 guitarists. Okay, well, I have something else to watch. Cool. Thank you so much for the request. And I hope to hear more from the BEMANI series of games, because they're focused on music, so it doesn't get much better than that. So thank you to the requesters, and thanks to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Have a great day.